I don't know who else is showing up or who is or is not coming. So we're gonna wing this. We're gonna make this happen
Okay.
with 4 people. All
Oh,
right.
we are going to
Cool.
make it.
So I had 2 things I want to talk about, and this is why I told the Metro not to go into that. Number 1, Black Space Marines. Number 2, Starship Troopers. Because these are 2 things that have been fucking bothering me for an entire week. And I've been wanting to rant about it, but I haven't done it yet.
I uninstalled Helldivers 2 because of all the Starship Trooper shit. So
Did you really?
Did you really?
yeah, it's just so much. I was like, oh man, I was playing the game and I couldn't get it out of my head, and I'm like, fuck, it's not even worth it.
Oh, I thought it was like bleeding into chat in game or something.
Oh, that's what I thought too.
In which case, I don't blame you. But yeah, it's getting annoying. Like, I never thought we would get to the point where I see leftists defending brain-sucking bugs just because of, what is it, potential for empathy or some bullshit? Whatever fucking excuse that they're using to defend bugs. I'm like...
But why are you surprised? Because it was the bugs that
Because it's fucking stupid! That's why I'm surprised!
No, but like, it was the bugs that attacked first, but, you know, they're also the same people that defend Hamas attacking that rave thing across the border. So yeah,
I did see somebody actually say they're dehumanizing the bugs.
Good. They're not human.
They're not fucking human.
They're not humans. So
like,
you can't.
They're a literal hive mind, which kind of goes in hand with the way that they are.
It bothers me how stupid the argument is. But then I remember that these are the same fucking people that were unironically comparing Tyranids to fucking Jews. And then it all makes sense. It's like, it's the same type of people.
But everything is Jews to them. It was like the Skaven are the Jews. There's like everything that pops up is like, no, that's Jewish. That's anti-Semitic.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not even the right-wingers doing it. It's like, yeah, the right-wingers, I see them being anti-Semitic, but that's not, like, new. They're not trying to hide it. They're just like, I don't fucking like Jews. Then you have these fucking lefties that are like, okay, well, here's the top 10 reasons why Jewish people are bad. And it's like, what fucking timeline is this?
I don't know, but the Overton window has shifted so far to the left that anybody right of Bernie Sanders is considered, like, extremist right-wing.
Well, that's what's... dude, up until now, I was never convinced that horseshoe theory was a real thing. Up until the last year or so. Yeah,
same.
Now it's so obvious at this point. It's like people have gone so far this way that they're touching tips with these people over here.
Just the tip.
Yeah, they don't want to say that they're like those people, but they're touching.
Yeah.
But yeah, all I see, Starship Troopers bad. Oh, well, here's why the humans are fascists and why the alien brain-sucking bugs are the good guys.
Does anyone maybe think that it's just dumb fun?
Yeah,
it's a mindless hive that they've just gone, all right, this is the bad, this is the force, this is the baddies, and the humans are the good guys that go up against impossible odds to save humanity. Don't think too much into it, but that it's like, well, it's everything that happens on the left. They see things and connect numbers, and it's like that. What's that Sonny from Philadelphia thing where the guy's got all the red lines across the wall? It's that.
The thing about that is that, and we have talked about this before, that like when people look at things through a political and social justice lens for fucking everything, it's like, how do you exist in society doing that outside of your little internet bubble? Like, there's no way.
Well, there is. You just have the same sort of people that think like you in your group of friends.
Yeah, but I mean...
And that's why they get frustrated and they lash out when people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're seeing things that aren't even there, and then they see it as a personal attack. And they go, oh, you're just stupid. And then they start lashing out at you.
Well, it's because nobody
because everything is political apparently.
Because nobody pushes back. Nobody pushes back on dumb shit anymore. And they need to.
Everyone's like, I don't want to get into it.
And I said this in a group of fucking full of progressives. We need to bring back making fun of stupid people. I don't care.
Yeah, shaming people.
It's not a left or right thing. If you're fucking stupid and you say some dumb shit, you deserve to be ridiculed. I don't give a shit how you vote.
It's like that whole "don't be stupid, stupid."
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then, this all bleeds into the fucking Space Marine thing about, dude, I am so sick and tired of woke scolds creating shit to inflame people and be mad about. That whole thing with the black Space Marine, the black Ultramarine. Arch made a video on it about, I don't know, 4 years back, right? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Arch isn't exactly known for his common sense takes. He believes what he believes. That's fine. You know?
But like you said, it's his own personal opinion.
Yeah, everybody isn't in lockstep with Arch. You know what I mean?
I think what it is that because they are so interconnected as a hive, and they're all like, oh, well, if a majority of our group think this, then we all think this. So in turn, they think that if Chudhammer also thinks like this, then all of them think like this. And it's just like, stop painting us with the same palette and brushes that you paint your own, like yourself.
Well, they have to.
We're not the same.
They have to do that. If they don't, then all of their arguments go out the window. It's just like, again, with the Black Space Marine thing. They were trying to make it seem like it was this big fucking deal and everybody turned into racists because there was a black Ultramarine on the book cover. Most people saw it, went, and then just fucking forgot about it.
The irony of it is that the only people that I saw that had an issue with it was the people on the left. And it was just like, oh, the chuds, they have an issue with the black guy on the front page. And it's just like, no, like it's fine. Like, we don't have an issue with it. We would have an issue with it if suddenly there's an Asian salamander. That's like, that doesn't make sense.
Well, the only people I saw, at least on my end, that had issue with it are like random no names that are being racist and edgy just to be racist and edgy, which is what, fucking 90% of Arch's audience. It's not that they're fucking racist. They're saying shit to piss you off.
Yeah. And you know what? It worked.
Yeah.
So, you know what? You only feed the beast.
But, it gets so old. It gets old. Where it's like...
There is an old saying on the internet that don't feed the trolls.
Yeah. But that's exactly what they do.
And listen, I have a problem with the covers because, or not the covers, but the helmetless heads that the Marines come supplied with. Because it's just stupid.
I remember when that used to just be like a Space Wolf thing, and that was a meme. It was like, oh my god, Space Wolves, what the hell?
Yes, because headshots are legit things. And I think there was a scene somewhere in the Heresy when an Iron Warrior was laughing at an Imperial Fist sergeant going helmetless and then shot him in the head. So,
Really?
Look, like, I get it for artistic reasons. You know, obviously, if you're looking at it through a lens of lore, and the motherfucker's probably never going to take his helmet off. But, even then, I think most of these people think that we, and I say we to encompass anybody that isn't them, that we have never painted a black mini ever, right? Never painted a black person, never painted a non-white mini ever.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, I'm being serious.
I thought I painted Necrons. You can't tell me Trazyn isn't a black dude.
Those are non-binary. Those don't count.
He's a dude.
I have legitimately, for practice, I've painted guardsmen in different colors.
That's what I do.
So I've got black guardsmen, I've got Asian guardsmen, just so that I can play around and learn how to paint different skin tones.
That's what I did with my my inquisitorial agent kill team. I painted every single person a different shade just to have diversity, so they didn't all fucking look the same.
Yeah.
Which is what they think we want. It's like, we don't want that. We want stuff to look unique and look different, and
100%. That's why I don't like the mono poses with the new Space Marines now.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, painting skin tone is one thing. My big hang up with this is always the facial features, because Asian people have different facial features compared to African people and compared to Caucasian people.
Correct.
And the sculpts available don't really lend them to any other skin tone other than white.
I see where you're going with this, yeah.
And because right now we are at the moment where you can't, play a disabled character if you are not disabled yourself. Play, I don't know, a character with a different heritage or a different religion than you have. So it just muddies the water, and how to put it, and it reeks of in my opinion, hypocrisy, and it's just an easy to attack venue. That, oh, you painted this head with this distinct facial feature in a non-distinct color. You must be racist and erasing other people's heritage and whatnot. So, because of this, I say Marines should have their helmets on, and that's the end of it. And the helmetless designs are inherently stupid.
It's kind of goes in the same vein of if we had female Space Marines. It's like you wouldn't know because they've got helmets on. They're all wearing the same armor.
Precisely.
You wouldn't know.
Well, I mean, it all goes back to the same problem that these people had with Pariah, with the Asian salamander. Oh, he's an Asian salamander doing blackface. What? Oh my god.
Yeah,
learn the lore. Learn the lore.
They're all like, salamanders are African. Excuse me. And it's like, no, if you knew about the lore, you'd know that was the gene seed.
I wish I could remember who said that. I'm pretty sure that was a rando that had nothing to do with 40K that was chiming in, because I remember seeing that too, and I was just like, huh?
Yeah.
Hold on.
So it was Cerberus with the female black salamander.
Oh, he doesn't like black, remember? He doesn't like that color.
Yes. Yes, and
oops.
Listen, if we are talking about cultural erasure, Erebus is with his salamander, female salamander paint job, raising Nocturnian culture and their onyx black skin and their red eyes.
Dude,
it's an artistic impression of
stop
paint,
the salamander erasure. Stop the salamander genocide.
100%.
Yes, it's an artistic impression to paint everything in the disgustingly pastel colors of the trans flag. But
Mexicans for salamanders.
Precisely. but it's a completely different matter when you take an established fact and for your artistic pleasure and for your virtue signaling pleasure decide to change it, because that's easier to paint and that gets you your internet brownie points.
Yeah, I'm convinced these people don't do it purely for the fact that they enjoy it. I think they do it purely for the fact that they can get some sort of brownie points.
I mean, I'm
That's-
convinced that that Cerberus is a big fucking racist, and when he sees black, he
Yeah, me
thinks of sub-Saharan Africans because he's a French faggot.
Whoa.
Clout is a hell of a drug.
Hold up.
Clout chasing is a
not all
drug.
French.
I disavow.
Yes.
I disavow that word.
I think
Wait, French?
No, the one I didn't bleep out. Hold on. Where's my thing? Oh wait, wrong one. Wrong one.
he endorses it.
God damn it. Not an endorsement. Golf clapping is not an endorsement of anything that anybody says ever. I'm just saying. Not that I care, but it's whatever. I
mean, listen, there is a
I am
there is
a free
difference
speech. I'm a free speech
there is
absolutist.
a difference between a gay dude and a faggot.
Yo, yes, 100%.
Hold
Just
on.
saying. Just saying. Just
Growing
like
up in the
there is a
90s,
difference between a
was like,
bitch
"That's
and a
gay."
cunt.
Yeah.
Is this a retard argument that there's a difference between
Yes.
being disabled and being a retard? Is that
Precisely.
where you're going with this? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Precisely.
I'm just making sure
Precisely.
we're going in the same direction here.
Yes, I have no problem with gay dudes. I have problems with faggots who are doing retarded things on the internet for clout. And Cerberus fits that description perfectly.
Are we 10 minutes into the stream where we can say whatever we want without YouTube
15
being
or
like...
so. 15, I checked.
I mean, I'm not saying it. Y'all can say
No,
whatever
I'm
you
saying it. No, I'm saying it. You can cancel me. I
I'm-
don't give a fuck.
I'm just a host. I just enable the degeneracy. I don't participate.
I don't know. I don't remember who said it, but someone said Serb is a trans chaser.
Yes, he's a tranny chaser.
It was
and
probably me, because I've said
and-
that.
And he wishes his son had some Oedipus complex so he can be cocked by him. So
Yeah, that's weird. I thought that was fake, but
No, that's real.
no, it's real.
no, I've seen it before he blocked me. So yeah,
Yeah, it's real.
Cerberus is a lockout and deserves his own thread on Kiwi Farms, but unfortunately for pasta colored monies, the mainstream is meh.
You know,
Mm,
it's all for, and I this is why I ignore him. You know, I talk my shit about Serb, and everybody can hold him up as this pillar of the LGBTQ plus community or whatever the fuck they want to call him. He does it strictly for attention from that particular side. That's why he does it. He does it because he shows off a paint job. He gets a bunch of validation. He gets a bunch of likes. So he keeps doing it. Why would he stop? There's no reason for him to. He gets too much attention from it.
I mean, that's what I said the other day. That he's just a boring one-trick pony. He has one style he can paint in with a specific set of colors, and that's what gets him the attention.
but he's really
Because-
good at it, though.
Yes, but there are
But he
other
doesn't
people
care.
who are really good at it also.
No,
And,
I'm saying that because he's done the same thing for so long. I'm dripping with sarcasm. He's done the same thing for so long that he's really, really, really good at it now.
Yeah, and I flat out said, I was like, if you like painting in pastels and you're good at it, then just say that.
Yeah.
Yes, and if you like sucking cock, the 10,000 blowjob will be better than the first. So.
But I bet he's really good at it, though.
Listen, to me, painting is always pushing yourself, always learning new things. And what he's doing is just rinse and repeat. And of course, he's getting better at it every day and every day with every
He's
figure and with every
refining his skill.
Yes, but he's not learning anything new.
No, he's not. He's refining it to do the same thing every single time.
Mm-hmm. And
like
that's
It's like being able to draw a perfect circle. It's like if that's all you do, everyone's going to be like, "Oh, wow, you can draw a perfect circle. What else can you draw? That's it? Oh.
I don't like it.
Precisely.
I don't like the way he talks to people. I don't like the way well, it boils down to that. I don't like the way he talks and treats people because he thinks he's better than everybody. But again, he's French. But
he's condescending.
He's incredibly condescending. Oh my god!
I don't
If
think
you've
I've had
ever seen
anything to do
anybody,
with him.
if you've ever seen anybody talk about his paint jobs, dude, he talks down to them immediately. Like he's so offended if you give him any sort of criticism.
So he's got an ego.
I do want to point out that I have had conversations about Serb's paint jobs.
With him directly?
With him directly, and he has never put me down. I have questioned his technique and why he's done certain things. Specifically, he had it was like an orange paint job for one of the Pride things, and the way he had highlighted wasn't. It was like the lighting for when he did it. It wasn't consistent throughout the model. And I said, how come it looks like the lighting is coming from the wrong angle on this? And he goes, well, at the time I was still kind of new at doing this, and it didn't really, I didn't have the perspective right. So he explained it to me. I said, okay, that makes sense. And, he didn't take it as tact, and, didn't block me. We had a good conversation about it. And so I can say that's not 100%. So
see, my experience has been in the Facebook groups, like Heavier Metal, places like that. Before I even knew what his Twitter presence was, and nothing I saw was good. So I'm thoroughly surprised that you were able to say something about his paint job and he didn't chew you up. But
because
listen. There is a difference when what Derek did with asking about the misplaced highlights or misplaced bright points, and giving him critique or criticizing the paint job or the color choice or something like that, and when it's the criticism of the color palette and when it's the criticism of the color palette and the god awful pastel colors he paints, he's a right fucking bitch. That's what I've seen from him, but and since he is his technique is down to the T and not changing and not evolving, he's just good at it, and
like I said,
and it's the same road. You can't really put any criticism on technique. You can just ask that, okay, and why do you need to put pastel colors on everything?
Because he's good at it.
Because it's easy and easy for him, and he can do it for brownie points.
Yeah,
and that gets him attention, and that's why.
And I mean, it is what it is. It'd be the same if I were doing all of my minis in fucking American flag scheme, I'm sure I would.
I've seen that's got an army like that.
Somebody's done it before.
He's a YouTuber, and he used to be.
And they got mad at him for it.
They got really fucking mad at him for it.
But it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. Like, if you're going to target a demographic and then do your paint jobs and something is going to cause them to seal clap for you, and there you go.
Seal clap, or we are going seal clubbing.
Seal clap, not clubbing.
Okay. Clubbing is better.
But yeah,
steel-toed boots and baseball bats.
And I think it seems like stuff has quieted down from that side because now they're so focused on Starship Troopers. But I'm actually
they are just blocking
about the X-Men.
Well, fine, good. Let them block. I say fine.
Bits is currently going on about the whole Morph has always been non-binary and blah 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 blah. Like
Yeah.
it was always woke. I'm like, oh fuck off.
Because they don't give a shit about 40K. What they care about is culture war bullshit. The same thing that they
Yeah.
like accusing the people that they argue with of. It's what they do constantly,
Yeah.
nonstop. They find the next big culture war thing and then they latch onto it. And then people stop arguing about 40K for the next month.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad that there are so many people in the community that are just unapologetically gatekeeping now, because I have seen so many IPs where they've latched onto, ruined it, and then moved on to the next thing.
Well,
Like I'll,
you know, I think more and more people are starting to realize that
that
a
they're
lot of these,
lolcows.
well, that, and then a lot of these arguments are hollow, right?
Yeah,
Especially when it's constantly just BTFO'd every single time it comes up. And it's this never ending cycle. Then you get new people coming in that are looking at it and going, didn't you already talk about this? You
Yeah.
know? So they find
well,
something
they
else.
leave it, and then 5 years later they bring it back up again.
Or they find something
Like
else
it's-
to be
like
mad
it's
about.
New.
I mean, this is the same with the argument circle. First, it's the Starship Troopers. Then the next step is Batman should give away his wealth instead of beating up criminals.
It's like, Batman
I mean,
can
I'll-
use that.
I'll
wealth
give it
to
I'll
fight
give it a
bad
week or two, and
guys.
then it will be here again.
Well, it also goes along with that picture from Shay that was circulating. The one about, oh, Games Workshop is responsible for the way people are treating me. Like, even that didn't get nearly as much support as it would have in the past.
Oh, that's such a filthy thing to say.
No, you are responsible
Yes.
for how you interact with people and how people interact with you.
Yeah.
And if you are a salty bitch who is a toxic drama troll on the internet, people are going to handle you like that.
If you're if you're such a narcissist that you think that any criticism about your behavior or your like how you behave with others is an attack on you, or because you're trans or whatever, it's like that's about you. That's not about fucking GW.
That means that
Pull your
she hasn't
fucking
been
head out
beaten
your
enough
own ass.
when he was a child.
I've already said it, and I will keep saying this. And if somebody wants to clip it and try to cancel me, fuck it. People need to stop using their identity as a shield. Most people, hell, even people right of center, don't give a flying fuck if you're trans. Now, you go too far right, yeah, they're going to care. But your average normal person isn't going to care what your identity is. What they're going to look at is whatever you said or whatever you typed, and then they're going to base a judgment off of that. Which is what, I mean, that's what most people with critical thinking skills are going to do.
But VZ, these people do not have a personality. They replace their personality with their
the
identity.
Yeah, I know.
And any criticism of their personality is therefore a criticism of their identity, and that means they are getting genocided. Because they are that fucking stupid.
It's the same thing, and I wasn't going to talk. I said I would bring it up, but I kind of don't want to talk about it because it's not relevant to what we talk about, was the whole Keffels thing. That's the exact circle that went in. It started with, I'm going to defend lolly porn because Vosh said so, to, oh, wait a minute, people don't like that I'm defending lolly porn, to, oh, this is the reason trans people kill themselves and I'm being attacked. And
no,
then
they use that as a mechanism for self-defense.
I did it as a circle, but it went in a straight fucking line. Like, you could see it coming. Like, there was big old road signs popping up going, just wait. It's coming.
I mean, how many times was it quite obvious that Vosh's urges are far from conventional?
Forever. It's
How
always
many
been like
times
that.
did he defend, I don't know, pedophilia, child porn? how many times did he went on a rant about how his views are ontologically correct and how his detractors are ontologically stupid and should and aren't human at all? How many times did we went through this? And now is the time when he has literal lolliporn on his to be sorted folder, in his to be sorted folder,
Yeah, and it's
along with
dicks,
horse cocks, because he's such an aficionado.
In his
How
Gooner
many-
archive.
And this is going to break the camel's back.
but it shouldn't.
I mean,
and the thing is, you can tell because no one was surprised by this. We
No.
all knew.
No.
We all just went, oh, just add that to the list of fucked up shit that he's, admitted to. But
precisely.
for some reason, his Kuma brain can convince all of his other Kumas that it's okay. It's like if you have something that should be shamed, and you have somebody that seems to be really popular and is making a lot of money, and is going, it's okay to be this weirdo. I'm not going to shame you. In fact, I'm going to say it's okay, and you should keep doing it. Then he's collecting all of these. That's why they're so loyal to him. Because he's the sort of person that is going, hey, it's okay to be a degenerate.
He's an enabler.
It's all this parasocial shit, right? It's the same reason that... Uh-oh.
That's right, bitches.
It's the same reason that people like Hassan can sit there and say, give me your money and don't look at what I do with my money. But by the way, you should be a socialist. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's none of
Let's
these...
call him
house.
Let's call him what he is. He's Chank nephew. He's Hamasabi.
Yeah.
He's not Hassan. He's Hamasabi.
But
And-
he's...
And you guys should ship that fucker into, I don't know, Palestine or Iran or some other place where either he gets thrown off the roof or hanged from a crane.
Man, you weren't lying when you said you were going to bring the slurs today, man. That's awesome. Richard always
It's not like I held up a...
see that.
Yeah, it's not like I held up a fucking sign saying, say this word. You know what I'm saying? It's like... Y'all say whatever y'all say whatever you want. I just sit here and whatever happens, happens. If my channel gets nuked, I'm like, well, I know what happened.
By the way, speaking of nuked, for those that don't know, I am permanently banned on Twitter.
Why?
Fucking what?
Permaband.
I had a guy calling me a Nazi, a fascist, stolen valor, and a lover of the playground. When I replied that I said he was a liberal dick rider, and what else did I call him? Oh, a shit lib. 2 hours later, they basically are teaming up because I'm not the only one. There's been several, not big, pretty small accounts getting nuked on Twitter. So,
Azrael got banned.
yeah, he got banned I think the day before I did.
What account was it? Just out of curiosity.
What's that?
What account was it? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, I'll have to look it up. I'm not going to lie. I haven't missed it.
No, I don't blame you.
Like my day is a lot. I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm going to read. Or I'm going to watch a movie that I've been putting. I finally got to sit and watch Das Boot from beginning to end.
Without arguing with somebody on the internet?
With no distractions. What else am I going to do, man? I've read a book in 2 days. And lately it's been taking me 3 or 4 days because you gotta. It's like that meme of something on the internet is wrong. You just feel drawn to go back to it, and I'm like, good. So whoever did that to me, I know you're probably laughing, but you actually did me a favor at this point.
Well, if you're not terminally online, you don't need the arguments. It's the same thing I've said. If somebody wants to talk shit to me on the internet because they disagree with my opinions, I don't care. I'm not going to pay any attention to you. I got bills.
I think it's a legit addiction, though.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
I apologize. I derailed the previous topic. It sounded interesting. So
I don't even remember what it was. Oh, we were making
something
fun
about
of Hassan.
Talking about
No.
and
But-
Hassan being.
That was that's what I was going to say, is that the reason that they have these humongous audiences that are just full of yes men and women is because, that they build up that parasocial relationship of, that people are legitimately invested into their favorite streamer, right? It's the same reason Pokimane makes millions of dollars a year eating food
and
in front of the camera.
OnlyFans is flying.
There's got to be something that initially captures that audience, though.
Politics.
And the parasocial,
their
keeps
politics.
them around.
If their politics are so extreme that if you're in that fringe, then they're the only ones that you're going to gravitate to. They're the only ones you have to watch because you're going to disagree with everybody else. It's the same reason when, Hassan teamed up with H3H3 and then their shit hit the fan. It's like, okay, but you got involved with this guy knowing what kind of audience he had cultivated, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when the entire stream had an IQ of 20, you knew you were really rocking and rolling.
It was. I think he knew, though, at the moment that the whole comment section was just bad mouthing H3H3 and just calling him a
no, he knew
Zionist pig and stuff. Because at some point he just went, you know what, I'm done, and he just up and left.
Yeah.
And Hassan did nothing to protect him or go, come on, guys. I mean,
Because
he did at one point. He's like, all right, let's calm down, everybody.
No, because this is the logical conclusion of the oppression pyramid. Because if you are a sympathizer of a group that is more oppressed than somebody you are criticizing, you are free to do whatever you want, and they have no recourse because what they are criticized for, they are oppressing. And the same, and H3H3 made his bed when he got together with Hassan because this is the logical endpoint.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about streamers, did y'all see the Phil Labonte versus Destiny thing that was going on?
No.
Because that was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
I fucking love Phil.
That I've seen this year. It was so fucking funny.
Well, Destiny just proves time and again that he is indeed a manlet under 5 foot.
You'll have to tell me what actually happened.
So,
how did it start?
So when Destiny went on to Tim Pool's show, apparently Destiny was sitting there on the couch playing with his phone, and Phil Labonte went up to him to introduce himself, and Destiny just kind of dismissed him. So
what a child.
Something came up, and then something came up about Destiny, and Phil Labonte was like, "Oh well, Destiny was kind of rude to me whenever, I met him." Yeah. And dude, it triggered the funniest internet slap fight that I've seen in a while. Because Destiny started writing dissertations about how he shouldn't be bothered when he's preparing for a show. And then Phil would say something stupid about, you see, he's rude. And then Destiny would write another fucking dissertation on why a green room is a safe space.
Is it a slap fight when you hold the manlet by the head and he's just flailing and not doing anything?
I'm just saying,
you hold your hand out in front of you and it's like they're swinging their arms.
Yes.
I'm just saying, seeing Destiny go full-blown diva was just impressive.
To be fair,
it was like, how dare you come up to me while I'm preparing for a show and I'm on my phone?
He was probably under a lot of stress. His wife is with a twink at the moment.
I'm sorry, that was rude, wasn't it?
Wait, where is it? Sorry. Where is it? Hold on, where is it?
Oh god, he's got to do it, man. He's got.
I mean, it's dessert.
I was waiting to use that.
It's like, why the fuck would you get into a relationship with somebody that's like, no, I want to see other people, and then you're like, oh, surprise Pikachu face when he abandons you
when she sees somebody other people. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was the meat of it was that they had an open marriage, and then this twink, this fucking random Zoomer dude that she meets up with in Sweden, basically said, "No, I want you to myself," and then she went, "Okay."
When the twink is more assertive and masculine.
Yes.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that. He used manipulative tactics and said, "I'm really depressed and I'm going to kill myself, and I'll kill myself if you don't." If
I believe he said that, but at the core of it, it's exactly what I said. He wanted her to himself. He did what he did.
And he gave her an ultimatum and said, "Look,"
and she took it.
Destiny, or I'll kill myself. And
bye.
She left him.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bye, bitch.
He's like, yeah, let's see that. Yeah,
well, from this we can see that marriage was for the green card.
Yeah, well, it was. The thing is that prior to being with Destiny, she did the same thing with her partner at the time and cheated. I don't know if it was cheating, but basically did the whole monkey branch thing and went from that boyfriend to Destiny.
What's that called when they're always trying to trade up? There's a name.
Hypergamy.
Thank you. Yeah.
I thought it was called monkey branching.
That's monkey branching is where you have a guy.
I didn't know there was an official term for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, know.
I mean,
there is one, but I can't say it. It's a C word and it rhymes with runt.
It's can't see that. It's can't.
Oh, I never know what I can say on here. Ever since I got poor Weezy nuked off of the fucking internet.
I need to have a fucking. I'm going to get rid of this and I'm going to put up a sign that says, "Weezy is not liable for anything said on this live stream." So if anybody joins, they can look at my sign and I can point. I can point to the thing.
I do not endorse.
Or should I put something in the background that I'm saying this, not Weezy?
No, you just need a sign in the back that says Hungarian, and then people be like, "Oh, okay."
Just say your excuses. Your English not so good.
There you go. Yeah, I didn't know that's what that meant.
I have to ask before we go any further, since it is in the gaming sphere. Is anybody else playing Helldivers 2?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Get it.
I keep seeing everybody saying it crashes all the time, so I'm like, I don't know if I want.
They expected 50 to 60,000. They're getting 500,000 concurrent players.
Oh, so that's a good thing. All right.
Yeah, okay.
That's bound to crash.
If you take Starship Troopers the movie and turn it up to 11. That's basically the plot line. We're here
this is why I deleted
democracy.
This is why I deleted it.
Why?
So keep going back to Starship Troopers with it.
Yeah, but this isn't being sarcastic. It literally takes itself seriously. It's not even trying to be.
Why can't Helldivers just be Helldivers, not be something else?
Well,
but not.
It's an easy way for people to sit there and be like, "Hey, do you like Starship Troopers?"
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, and I'm not trying to pick a fight with you, see that, but it's like I go on Twitter and everything is Starship Troopers. I go on Helldivers, everything's Starship Troopers. I'm like, God, I gotta fucking.
Well, that's because that's the only reference they have. I've already seen 3 videos by leftist YouTubers going, "You Chads don't realize it's making fun of you."
God damn it.
Fuck you. I'm having fun. You drop in, you take ridiculous weapons. I mean, I walk around with a 20-millimeter rapid-fire cannon on my shoulder. I got this shit.
I just want it so I can glass a bunch of bugs, all right?
I walk around with a 28-millimeter dire wolf in my hand.
You actually do launch a nuke in a mission. And you could sit there, there's pictures of people saluting the nuke.
I'm sold. That's America as fuck.
It is literally the entire thing is if you took Starship Troopers, mated it with current America, and turned it up to 11. I mean, it knows it's being silly.
Neat.
Can you summon turrets?
You can. Oh God, you can summon EMP turrets. You can summon auto gun turrets. You can Gatling guns, rocket launchers. You can, and this is when an Austrian friend of mine was excited when he got the drop a gas bomb on the enemy.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, Milligan Metronome, and he's like,
Wait,
It's only a war crime
does he paint
The
too?
first
the second time.
he paints minis.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, okay.
Yeah. But he's good. He's good. He's not a half-assed one kicked out of art school. But he's literally like, I can't wait to get the gas bomb ability. And I just went silent. He goes, go ahead, say it, fucker. I'm not shocked. I mean, you could drop 500-kilogram bombs on shit, missile strikes, railgun strikes. Everything is over the top. The MG-43, almost as good, one number higher. And, everything is like the cutscenes when you're getting ready to drop. It's like, remember to fill out form C-01 in case you participate in any activities that may create a child. It's literally like super ultra control democracy. And that word, freedom, democracy, and it's everything but freedom and democracy.
I like it.
Yeah, it's...
I think I'll get it on Wednesday, but in the same breath, I'm kind of like, if I have issues with it, I'll probably wait a little bit until they have more servers.
The one thing, and I will warn you this, do not go in with randos. There is full team kill. There is full blue on blue damage. And if you go in with randos, if you think Dark Tide is bad, just wait until somebody does an orbital strike on his own side for the lulls.
Oh, wonderful.
And wipes the whole team after 20 minutes in game, and he does an orbital strike and wipes the team.
And people wonder why I hate multiplayer.
Why are you so mad?
So the best thing you can do is, if it's in our little group, get a team together.
Yeah.
Get 4 people trust, and communicate with. Because communication and squad tactics are... I can't wait to get Badger on there, man. He's going to get a fucking flashback.
I mean, listen, Comrade Stalin said, one that is tragedy, 6 million statistics.
An entire planet, just a good time.
and it's only a war crime if someone reports it, so...
Exactly. So that's all I can say is that I definitely recommend the game. Yeah, maybe give it a week would be good. But it's a shitload of... I mean, it's really good. Again, if you're in a group and you know each other, because like I'll stand up with the 20 millimeter gun, go to fire it, and somebody stands up right in front of me and just takes a 20 mic to the head. And they ragdoll halfway across the map.
Pink mist.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, sorry, bro. You can even, as you're coming in on your drop pods that look like bullets, you could literally, if there's an enemy, you can crash your pod right into them. Squash them, and then hop out of the pod and start shooting.
Full-blown drop pod action, yes.
It is.
Yes.
I'm sold.
There's not,
I mean,
if you're going in for the story, don't bother. There really isn't much of a story at this point.
Yeah.
It just sounds like blind fun.
It is. It's popcorn and pretzel, or it's beer and pretzel video gaming.
So it's Bro Night.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. But yeah, you definitely need a team that works well together.
See that? I have a somewhat serious question.
Yeah.
What is the etiquette and the training regarding when you are in a trench and you are further down the line?
You look the opposite way when whacking it.
No. Because I run into that in Airsoft when we were in a trench. I was front, and somebody, 3 or 4 people down behind the line, saw something that I saw as well, and I moved to engage, and then he moved to engage, then shot me in the back of the head.
That's called a situational awareness lack, and it is fully legal to butt stroke them in the fucking teeth.
It's a situationship.
I almost did.
Yeah, I had one guy. He was actually part of our group. Somebody I knew. He accidentally team killed me 3 times. I was knife handing him through the fucking Discord connection, calling him a stupid son of a bitch. You fucking retard! Don't you understand? Blah 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 blah. Somebody's like, "You done?" No. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Oh, it was an accident. I said, "You accidentally shot me with a machine gun 3 times."
To be fair, it's probably a good idea to crouch if you're in the front, so people behind you can shoot over your head.
Well, here's the part when I knew it wasn't fake. I was standing on a rock above everybody else, aiming down into the bugs because you can fight bugs or robots. He had to do a 180 and fire up.
So he's being
a cockbite.
Piece of shit.
So a funny man.
Yeah.
So. So funny.
And I'm just having fun. I'm like, yeah, well, I fucking blow your head off with a grenade.
You know, I used to not like when people took games like that serious. Like, I used to be that way when I was younger. Like, I just want to have fun and fucking pray and spray, you know? And then I started playing Chivalry 2 at one point.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And people in that game, dude, they're like tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Of, all right, take the objective, kill everybody in the way. And, dude, it's one of the few games that I've actively go back and play sometimes because I don't know, I feel like hitting people with the broadsword. That, you know, there's less of that dicking around stuff and more people actually playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, one of the turrets, and this is the worst one. It's a mortar turret. It's a fully automatic, fast-firing mortar.
I have heard of this in real life.
It does not care who you are. It will not. If you're standing here and you're surrounded by bots, you gonna die when the mortar round drops on all of you. So, and you can't really be mad about that. But if and things happen. Like I said, I was firing at a bot, didn't realize another player was behind the bot, just missed the bot and caught the player right in the torso. And I'm like, it's all good. It's all good. You know, there's the occasional accident. It's friendly fire full on. But yeah, 3-in-1 match. Yeah, you're playing fuck. So. But yes, Metronoid, yes, you are legally allowed in the entire world to go up and butt stroke that fucker in the teeth.
I was seriously considering it because
you are a big boy. You go hit him right in mouth.
Because before that he was showing around the gun that he had serviced with and upgraded with a weaponsmith to be more powerful, around 400 FPS or a little bit more.
Jesus.
And from 2 meters, a short burst into the back of my head.
Did you know him? Did you have a pissing contest with him? Did he owe you money? You know,
where's my money, bitch?
He's a good friend.
Okay, we're going to say, were you banging his mom or something? What the fuck?
No. He was.
Should you be? I mean,
well, he's around 2.5 to 3. He's about 20 to 30 centimeters higher than me, and I could hide myself 2 or 3 times in his flayed skin. So he's a big dude.
Big boy, yeah.
Yes. So he's
accidentally shoot him in the balls.
I was going to say, Marzana has joined the chat.
Oh, hey, Marzana.
No, I'm just saying, after talking about flayed flesh.
I'm sorry, but anytime I hear anybody talk about airsoft, all I can think about is that video of that kid that had burned the guy's patch and he just full autos this child in the back.
I remember that.
I don't think I've seen that.
And then everyone in the crowd was like, dude, what the fuck?
But no, the best part is while he's like, he fully autos this child, right? And it's a teenager that did it. Fully autos this kid. The kid just drops to the ground because he just unloaded a whole clip of airsoft balls into him. And the crowd is sitting there looking back and forth like,
what the fuck?
Tennis match.
Yes. Yes.
It's one of the funniest videos. And I was just like, yeah, you kind of deserve that one.
Yes, I mean, that is why I don't think that people under 18 should have airsoft guns.
Yeah, because it was like
because they do shit like
or
this.
Some shit.
Because they do shit like this because they are cocky as teenagers.
Yeah.
So, I might as well do this now. So I told y'all I wanted to do a new giveaway.
Yeah.
I found a few things.
Oh, you dug around?
Oh no, not in that room. No.
Believe it or not, my mess is a controlled mess. I know where everything is.
And where is the word Bearer Omnibus limited edition?
My wife made a comment about, oh, I'm going to sell one of your expensive books and you won't notice. And I was like, bet. I know. I have a mental inventory of where all my shit is.
Yeah, but she's going to sell it for what you said it was worth. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, she should sell the third end of the debt when you get it. After you get it.
I have the second one sitting right here still. I wonder if that's what Badger keeps talking about. That still fucking bothers me. I go to sleep and I'm like, what the fuck is Badger talking about? And I look around and I'm like,
not good.
I'll figure it out tomorrow. Shit.
I love it.
Fucking mental, whatever. I can't even speak. Like, it bothers me that I don't know what he's talking about.
Minecraft?
No, yeah. But anyway, so I found a Space Marine Starforge keychain, chainsword.
Ooh.
Nice.
I have a Night Lord's pin.
I'll send you my address.
I send you my address.
Where's Marzana right now?
No, I want the Night Lord pin.
I have a Sisters of Battle pin. Order of the Bloody Rose, I think. One of those.
Oh, even better.
A White Scars pin. And this is a good one. This is a good one. I know, nobody likes the White Scars. I don't even know if I want to throw that one in there, but I might as well. A hardback copy of Garo. Knight of the Grey.
Nice.
Brand new.
Mm-hmm.
I've not heard of it before.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a really good book.
It's really fucking good.
But it came out at the wrong time. It
Yeah.
came out at the wrong time. It should have come out before Warhawk and not after it.
I'm probably going to find other shit to throw in there, but that's what I got so far.
Why do I have a feeling that Garo book?
Mrs. Wheezy Pillar walked in and said, "This shit got to go. Get it out of the house."
Honestly,
This shit got to go.
That Garo it's a spare copy that I bought on accident because I ordered it when it came out, but I didn't realize I had already pre-ordered it on Amazon. So the day it came out, I went to go pick it up and I had another one show up out of nowhere. I was like, oh, that's why they charged me.
Does that story work? Or?
Yeah.
I'll try that one on my wife when I accidentally order a book.
Well,
accidentally.
It's easy to forget on Amazon because you can pre-order that shit 4 months in advance.
You can pre-order. I did that with Crackdown 3. I bought Crackdown 3 for my brother. And then when that game went up for pre-order, it was 3.5 years later that it actually came out.
What?
Because they kept delaying it,
Yeah.
And I totally forgot. And I was going to buy it for him again. And then I went to my order thing. I was looking at my orders page, and it showed my pre-orders list, and there was 2 copies sitting there. I was like, oh shit, I forgot I already pre-ordered this 3 years ago.
Yep.
That's awkward.
But yeah, Knight of the Grey. That's a good book.
It is. Yeah.
That's the
Garo. Garo is a quintessential character. It's you need him. You know what I mean? I don't know that the Horus Heresy works without him.
No. And this is I like very few of the Siege of Terra books. There's some of them I think are just kind of eh. But that one actually goes into, Garo's relationship with Mortarion. And it's it's good. Which I don't want to spoil it for people that don't know the lore, but
it's kind of like Loken. He's just one of those characters that kind of had to be there, I feel.
Yeah.
Loken. He just
I understand that not everybody could survive the Ispan massacres, But I honestly wish Salt Targets had survived.
Yeah.
But I think him not surviving actually, it makes me that much more angry at the traitor legions for Saul Tarvitz dying, because he really was the first Space Marine to say no and revolt. So
I've got to challenge you on that.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
challenge me. Let's go.
Huron Fall and
Oh
Uli
shit! Put the
Stemeter.
gloves on, boys.
Here we go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Huron Fall and Uli Stemeter.
Okay. Hold on. I'm putting on my glove.
I have to find mine.
Wait, you've actually got?
Wait a minute.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
No. All right.
This isn't a
Here we go.
proctology exam.
Here's my dueling glove.
If you hear a snap and a of Vaseline, you know you're in trouble.
You feel
Now,
both.
if you hurt me-
You feel both hands on your shoulder.
Now,
Yep.
if you hurt my feelings, this art coat is going everywhere. I'm just gonna
No. Hard pass.
Oh god!
Oh my
Make him
goodness!
throw his null oil everywhere.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the reason I picked that one.
Sorry, what do you got?
Wait, are y'all actually going to do this?
Well, no, I want to hear.
I want to hear. You know.
I want to hear his point.
Yes.
So who was the first Space Marine to go no?
The first, not canonically, because this happens in the same book. Tarvitz and The Last Stand, and Uli Stemeter and Huron Fall. But Huron Falls and Uli Stemeter's death predates Saul Tarvitz's demise, because they are the Death Guard captain, and a venerable dreadnought caught in the virus bombardment, and they are the ones who stay outside. And when the virus finds its way into the dreadnought that is cradling Ulysses' decaying body, there comes the famous line of, "This is our death. We chose it. We deny you your victory," and with that, detonates its reactor.
And before that, what does Huron Fowl say? He goes, "And I guess we die together," And he starts.
Yes, we go together. Go together.
Yes.
And
we'll go
and
together.
then
So-
and after
and he
that,
starts hauling ass, right? To get away from everybody. And that does happen. I'm not saying that does happen, but they that happened after, yet before Saul Tarvitz's decision to openly defy Horus and Eidolon, who basically was the voice for Fulgrim. So I still give credit to don't get me wrong, I love Huron Fowl and Temeter. Like that scene, oh my god, it pulls your heartstrings. I made memes about it, because you can just, I'd be walking down the hallway, at work, or you just not thinking about something, and then I just think about like this bond that this ancient, right, this dreadnought is like the oldest of soldiers, the most revered of soldiers, and when they're not in use, they just sit in like basically a mausoleum, like a morgue. They just they just shut down and pretend to be dead for a little bit and try to enjoy the quiet, and those things like that psychology of those things isn't lost on me. But
so
I still
conscious through that whole like being powered down.
they are sleeping.
Yeah, they're essentially
Yeah.
like
On standby mode.
So
That's-
unconscious.
that's why
I
like
would say.
the Chaos Dreadnoughts are basically just psychopath murder machines. Because, and I think I
Because
can't
they
remember
don't
which
get
book
switched off?
that's why, at least in one of the books, and I can't remember which one it was, where the traitor marine chaos source or whatever he is, I can't remember. Again, I can't remember what book it is, but he has a dreadnought in his company, and he never lets him sleep ever. So this dreadnought has just been awake for God knows how fucking long.
Oh, that would drive anyone
he's-
insane.
Yeah, and he's basically a psychopathic killing machine because they never let him rest. He has to stay awake all the time.
That's a terrible way to talk about Badger, man.
No,
Yeah. So yeah, like I Kieran Fowl and Temeter are heroes of the Empire of the Imperium, but I still give it to Saul because they were trapped. They were given no choice. You know, Saul Tarvitz had a choice, and he's the first person to really say, "This is wrong. I'm not standing for it, and I'm going to actively do something to defy." Right. So Kieran Fowl and Temeter, there was no coming off of that planet. So they were victims of of the betrayal of Horus, where Saul was given a choice and said no. So there's a difference between making a last stand when you have no other choice but to make that stand, or taking the last stand because you know it's right, and
Oh, I see what you mean.
you know what I mean. So, so that's where I'm at.
Oh, okay, so that's a common thing. It is a common thing for Chaos never to let their dreadnought sleep.
Well, you know, the Drakari do something similar too with like the Wraith Lords, because like the Wraith Lords, you know, they require like twins, and one's dead, one's living, so they kind of live like one's in the warp and one's in the physical realm, and what they'll do to when Drakari capture like an Eldari Wraith Lord is that they'll torture the living one to drive the warp. You know, the dead twin insane, feeling the pain of his you know, still living brother, who's, or vice versa, you know, without torture it creates these like just Drukari murder bots that, you know, that hate that the Eldari and let that happen to them. And
Are you talking about the pain engines? Is that what I'm thinking
like
of?
the Wraith Lords, you know, the Eldari Wraith Lords, you know, the giant like mech things with the giant heads.
Oh, okay.
That's the Wraith Titans, because the Wraith Lords and the
yeah.
Wraith Guard are autonomous engines powered by or piloted by the Soulstones of deceased Eldars.
Yeah.
I think you are thinking about the
'Cause I was
Titans.
thinking,
Yeah,
I
the
was
Titans.
thinking
I'm
of
sorry.
the
There we go.
story
Yeah.
of the Tau that got taken and then turned into those giant behemoth things.
Let me find the exact. Oof. There we go. All right, somebody else talk for a minute while I find this. Use the exact words.
Oh, I don't have a thingy for that.
I do. I'm going.
Close enough.
Crickets.
Close enough. I was like, I don't have a soundboard thing for this.
Well, you should buy one.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not paying for Nitro so I can annoy you guys and the audience even more
I
so.
was going to
Oh,
say,
a soundboard, not a nitro.
yeah, like
No,
a physical one.
no. Every streamer that I've watched that has one of those things overuses it to the point where I just want to. No.
Listen, I'm just watching Gary boomering it all the time, so.
God damn it! I was looking for something. I can't remember what it was.
What?
I think you were looking for the medication to remember to take the medication.
Yeah, that on a daily basis.
The story that I was thinking of was the story of the Tau getting attacked by, I think it was Chaos, and the Dark Elder came in to be like, "Hey, we'll help you defeat this enemy," and then they took some of the Tau and then converted them into Talos Pain, or the Cronus parasite engines.
All I know is that Drukari do crazy things to people.
Yes. And then it wasn't until later, while they were fighting alongside them, that they were like, hang on, the people that we sent with you never came back.
I mean, this sounds like
This
a
is
Fabius
bothering.
Bile short
Yes,
story
it
because because it was that they were attacked by I don't know what, and Fabius came that I can give you
That's
better,
right.
stronger, faster allies. Just
Yes.
send me some.
Yeah,
And
what?
the giveaway was that their skin color was the same as the Tau.
Yes,
Wasn't that Man Flare?
because the
It was one of those.
No, it was not in the. It was a small blurb in either Tau or a Chaos Space Marine Codex, and it wasn't in the uh, new novels by Josh Reynolds.
I'm just saying.
All right, here we go. You ready? I got it. I found it.
Uh-oh.
okay.
Okay, so thanks to my buddy Hurt Superset, painting genius. So here we go. The Dark Eldar make no use of Wraithbone, psychic power, or the warp in any way. So how does a Wraith Knight come to serve the Drukhari? The Wraith Knight is the word I was looking for, right? You have the Haywire, the blasters, disable and capture the construct. Then you immobilize it with a live pilot trapped inside, maintaining their link with the soul of their dead twin, who normally allows the war machine to move. Next, you viciously and ruthlessly torture the living pilot, forcing their dead twin to not only watch, but also feel every moment of agony via their link. It takes many years or even decades, but eventually they will break, twisted and corrupted by the years of endless pain and misery. Now they will seek nothing else but to visit the same misery upon others, giving themselves over to the ways of torture, pain, murder. Now once the construct strides forth once again, a horrifying avatar of destruction and slaughter. Thus the Twisted Sisters are reborn, and they want to rock and that's part of this pain scheme. But yeah, that's what happens with Wraith Knights, the Drakari, when they capture them.
All right.
They torture them. Yeah.
Yeah, so not Titans, but
similar.
Wraith Knights.
What's that?
So not Wraith Titans, but the 6th edition Wraith engine or
Yeah.
big model. Okay.
Wraith Knight Ancient?
So that's what they do.
I'm trying to find a picture of one because I don't remember what these fucking things look like.
I mean, they basically they look like.
Oh, the big guys. Okay.
Yeah.
They
look
the
like
mini
Titans.
Titans.
Yeah, my Eldar.
The mini Titans.
My Eldar lore knowledge is rudimentary.
Yeah. Yeah, but it goes into that same psychology, of what Chaos do to their dreadnoughts, and what happens to even the loyalist dreadnoughts, where they're just alive forever, man, until they're not. So
That's fucked up.
Mm-hmm. So the next time you see a dreadnought on a battlefield, you give him a moment of silence because that dude has seen some shit.
I still need to finish my Contemptor Dreadnought my Iron Warriors conversion that I did. I even bought the Forge World Iron Warriors body, and I started on it and then never. I finished the top half and never finished the bottom half. Like
here's my Redemptor, and I put his elbow on backwards, and it's all so it bends the wrong way. And
all I see is your proctology glove.
Yeah, boy.
Oh.
See, I haven't attached the legs because his other arm is on backwards, and like the elbow bends to scratch his ass. It doesn't go forward to.
I mean, listen, if you want the Forge World kits, conversion kits, you are much better off going for recasters and buying the old kits, because those torsos, they had arms and legs, so they were complete kits. And
What's this?
the Contemptor Dreadnoughts, because Forgeward made Legion-specific Contemptor Dreadnoughts, and some Legion-specific,
But it's
which
just
is
the
the
body.
other.
It's literally just the body.
Just
Like that.
the body. Yes.
Or no.
And when Forgeward made these in every Legion, they had
that's cool.
shoulders, body, and midsection and legs, and all were sculpted to various degrees reflect the Legion they are part of. And the best one was the Alpha Legion.
Yeah, because they basically just force you to buy, I can't even remember how much this damn thing was, and then you have to buy an actual
35.
Contemptor Dreadnought kit. Yeah, in order to actually finish it. So
Yes.
for a while there, I was literally just sitting on this body with nothing to attach it to. Because I did not know that.
They should actually put that on the box that says this is an upgrade sprue kit or something.
Well, they did eventually.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
Speaking
but-
of upgrade sprue kit, I saw. I was
Dark
looking
Angels
at the Dark
one?
Angels.
Oh!
Yeah, the Dark. Oh my god!
Those look so good.
Someone's gonna be
It
eating
looks so good, but the
noodles.
heads aren't great. The heads are not great.
Well, it's like half of them are hooded with a face mask. So it's just a hood and a face mask. And it's like,
they're
oh,
not
okay.
great. like they should have had more like winged helm options. I do like the Watcher in the Darks carrying the book. And what else? The extra bits for the Terminators, like the chest and the arm. I like those. But I got to figure out. I got to sit down and look at the Deathwing Assault and the Deathwing Command Kit, because there's a lot of extra bits in the Deathwing Command Kit, and I might be able to. I will be able to use those to make some really nice alternate looking rank and file Terminators. So just to give them some variety. Now I watched that Trovion video, and like some of his conversions where he was like sculpting melted wax and putting wax on the like the
Oh yes, yep.
the power backs, of some of those units was above and beyond, man. That was crazy. I love that.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Because you're put when you're looking at like all the iconography in like Warhammer art, and you're looking at like the books and the codices and like all the like the black and whites and whatnot. They literally have all this stuff everywhere, and for somebody to like take that extra step and just say, you can do this with your plastic as well, and being able to see it was wild. I was like, all right, so.
I just never thought about adding candles because I've always been a Space Wolves player. Like I have to, because they don't sell pelts, I have to make my own pelts out of milliput or green stuff.
Yeah.
Even like the runes and the teeth and all the wrappings and stuff like that. Like I've probably for the past 5 years have had to create them and make them myself, like sculpt them myself. So I think it's really harrowing at the beginning. You're kind of freaking out and you don't want to ruin like a really expensive model just experiment with. But once you get into it and you get practicing, it's actually really like you just got to watch a couple of videos, get the right tools, and it's actually pretty easy.
God, what was I gonna? I don't know. I firmly believe that the Horus Heresy is cursed now with the release of The End of the Death Volume 3. Because
it is.
Why?
Because I ordered The End of the Death Volume 3, just the regular hardback. When I got it, the book was damaged. Not enough for it to be horrible,
But it's
but-
enough as a collector. You're like, fuck
where I
this.
don't like this. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like a centimeter long gash on the back of the book,
Oof.
Yeah,
right at the bottom.
yeah, no,
And then I got
that's damaged product.
the art book. Same fucking thing. The Horus Heresy art book was also like that, and I'm just like, I'm done. I'm glad this is done. I'm not even going to bother trying to replace this. I'm out. And I saw people.
That's
Guys,
so upsetting.
You're starting to see more people selling off like their full sets, and I don't blame them.
This is the same with Marvel. This is the same that Marvel went through. The story has
Oh
ended.
yeah,
With Marvel, it was I don't know how many films. With Black Library, it was 54 plus these 10. No, it's more. And 12, so it was more than 60 books, and now it's finished. And a lot of people are like, okay, it's finished. Now it's complete. Now I can. The work is done. Now I can rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly,
And that's why they are so desperately trying to, well, keep the hype alive and also try to drum up interest for the Dawn of Fire series.
that's not going to happen.
You know, and that's the thing, kind of like Star Wars went through, and I went into like Rogue One, right, where you already know that everybody in Rogue One dies, right? They told you in 3 different movies that everybody that stole the plans dies at the end.
Yeah.
You know, so you go into it and you're like, well, how do I get invested in people I know aren't going to be around? You know, we do that in life. It's kind of a similar thing where like we know the end of, you know, and now here's this Dome of Fire series coming. It's like, okay, how are you going to find a new, different way to get me invested in people that have no staying power?
yeah.
Well, this whole thing, and you notice that whenever I check things, I try to do like a little scalper update deal.
Yes.
A lot of those scalpers are still sitting on the books because people are pissed off. People like me that would have normally just been like, all right, well, I guess I got to buy from a scalper, or just like, no, I'm not giving these people money. So what they've done, because I'll go in there and look at the seller, now it's all these no sales history accounts listing the books.
Ah.
So they'll have a name, and the ones that don't try to hide it, you'll see that like their other items are like Pokemon cards or shoes, or they'll have something to do with shoes in their name. Like those guys aren't even trying to hide it. You see that name, UK Sneakers, and they're selling an End of the Death Volume 3. Well, obviously it's a fucking scalper. But they figured out, they caught on that people are paying attention to who's selling this shit. And now they're creating these fucking sock accounts.
Yeah, but even with the sock account, ultimately the deterrent is the price tag, because we know if you're trying to sell that book for, I think for me they appear for like
$500 at least. Yeah,
like 550 plus. You know, is where I was like last time I looked, and I wasn't even looking to buy it. I was looking to see, what they were, like what they were still going for. Like I don't care if you got like 80,000 sales or one sale. The price of the book is what I'm looking at, and I know if you're charging that much, you're a scalper.
Yeah.
So
they built up the stock and collapsed the market. Now they are going to sit on it until they can sell it at price.
Well, the only reason I even found this out was because I was just curious. I was like, well, did they even bother going for the art book? And they went after the art book too. You'll see a bunch of no-name accounts and a bunch of known scalper accounts that are selling the art book for $150, $200.
I wasn't even going to try to go after that art, but the art book would have been cool. I love the art of 40K. I love the art of 30K. But They like watching your headache, and seeing so many others.
Yeah.
It didn't.
Well,
I couldn't do it.
I told myself at the beginning when it was releasing, I was like, if this is more stressful than it needs to be, I'm not going to buy it. But surprisingly, I think it stayed up for 10 minutes or so.
Well, because I talked about it 2 weeks ago. I kind of had the same stress with the Death in the Salt box.
Yeah.
Luckily, my FLGS came through, but he didn't. He didn't know. That he was getting the product that he got. So
the question is, the question is, are they going to keep doing it? Because the End in the Death Volume 3 was the last big everybody wants it thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll still keep their toe in the water. It's like the 1 foot in the ground kind of thing. But I do think they're going to branch off into other things. They're going to try and find the next big thing that people are pretty,
well, that's
desperate to get.
Ultimately, the next big thing, from where we are, is Warhammer 50K. What does the Grim Dark look 10,000 years from now? So we can keep slow rolling progression in 40K, or we can just take the massive jump and say, okay, well, our player base, that started in 1987, those guys are 50 and 60 now. What are we going to do for them to really ramp this thing up for them, to give them some sort of closure? Because Horus Heresy is 10,000 years ago still. What are we going to do to give them closure for 40K?
In the grim darkness of 50K, the Tyranids have eaten everyone.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because, and I talked about this before in Discord chats, the Malthusian doctrine, right? So Malthus was a competitor to Darwin, lived around the same time. I think they came out of the same, because they were both priests, right? And then both kind of took a scientific turn. But Malthus was pretty much like, as the species grows and begins to occupy more space, it'll go into decline because it'll consume itself out of a habitat, right? So it'll starve itself because it'll consume everything that's around it. So the Tyranids suffer from that. So unless we see, exactly what's driving the Tyranids, aside from
but the Tyranids doesn't have a habitat. They are going into a planet, consuming it, consuming the biomass into the hive fleet, and then going to the next planet. So they don't have a have a habitat.
We don't.
They are just
know as
going
now.
They are just locusts going from place to place, eating up everything that is there. So,
but now we're getting into the existentialism of is the universe infinite? Because they'll eventually eat themselves out of existence.
Eventually, Earth is going to be consumed in the sun when it expands. But here and now reality is we have to survive. And we.
I think the Andromeda galaxy is due to crash into us before the sun supernovas.
Either way, there is an end, and we know that we are conscious enough to know, and I'm sure the higher ups are conscious to know that yes, in 10 Brazilian years they'll consume the entire universe. That doesn't mean shit right now. That only means shit to people that sit and reflect on shit.
I don't think they're gonna do anything close to what they did with the end times with 40K. I think that would be a dumb move for Games Workshop to try to redo that. Because
yes, I mean, they jumped the shark with the time jump in 40K and with bringing back
the lion
and Gulliman, Curlyman. Yes, they jumped the shark with that and with the Primaris as well. So,
well, the good thing is that with the current setting, they can at least, because we've already gotten Angron. Now they just gave us. Or I think there was talk of them bringing back Fulgrim.
Jagatai.
Yeah, they're talking about trying closing the loop on some of these Primarchs that in the Horus Heresy or at the end of the Horus Heresy they just went whoop, or they came up with some half-ass. Well, he's in stasis. Okay, there's plenty they could do with the Primarchs. It's just my opinion. Perturabo's sitting out there fucking maulding, you know?
Well, yeah, because you got Corvus Corax, who, does he come back warped? Does he come back, as a human? Lehman Russ is still out there. Does he come back as a Wolfman? Or does he come back as his Primarch, just his humanoid-looking Primarch?
I can't imagine how many people would flip the fuck out if they brought Lehman Russ back out of the warp as a giant werewolf dude. Space Wolf fans, I don't know how they would react to that. We need Cornelius to tell us.
They're basically space furries right now anyway. So what's the?
I would be against it. I would be okay with it if, in the thick of battle, like what is it? Brian Bloodmore.
Bran Redmore.
Thank you. Where it's that there are, because there was that fight between the Lion and Russ, and that he ended up keeping the secret of the mutation of some of them turning into wolves, like Wolfen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would be okay with Russ taking on a little bit more animalistic look, but like reverting back once he's calmed down. But I don't want him to turn into a giant fucking werewolf. That would be ridiculous.
And also, for lore reasons, if they bring back Russ, he should be the last Primarch to be back.
Why?
Because he left the route and he said he will be back for the Wolf time, for the end, and not before.
For Ragnarok.
Yes, precisely.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if they bring back Russ next, okay, then we have to have a showdown, because that's when Russ comes back as in established lore. But then what the fuck?
Yeah, that's my thing. Is like, you've got all these other Primarchs just languishing somewhere that they're not doing anything with, and then you're going to bring back Russ, and then it's like, well, what about the rest of them?
You would have to rush it, and people won't like that.
Yeah, no.
You can't just
they already brought
everyone
Corvus Corax back. You just can't see him.
He's too busy hiding under
Lorgar's
bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's outside the door, banging and saying, "Come out, bitch."
And that's one thing I liked about the Fabius Bile series, which I know some people don't like those books. I love those books. Is that Bile sees Fulgrim, on his demon world. And Fulgrim's basically just chilling, with his murder orgy thing going on around him, like, I don't care. He's like, I got what I need right here. I don't need to go anywhere. Yeah. He's like, I'm happy right here. But
what would, because how many Primarchs has Fulgrim personally killed? 2, 3? So he's got more Primarch kills than anybody else.
He killed Ferris.
Mm-hmm.
Who else did he kill?
And that's it.
Well, he beat Gilliman.
Yeah.
But not killed.
I would say he lost to Dorn during the heresy, because I think that was what.
Yeah.
And then the Death Volume 1 or 2 that he fights him on the wall.
Yeah.
That was Saturnine, no?
Was it Saturnine?
Well, that's where the Emperor's children spend their strength.
I
think Fulgrim was enticed as well to get there.
Yeah. No, you're right.
But I don't remember precisely.
No, it was Saturnine, because that's when they were assaulting the Saturnine wall, and they were trying to burrow under the wall, and that went badly.
And after that, Fulgrim and the rest of the Emperor's children just fucked off because the ego was hurt.
Yep, pretty much. That's what I was saying. Like, in the Fabius Bile books, he's sitting on a couch, with a little snake tail all wrapped up, and he's like, I ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I think the bringing back the Primarchs was a mistake because they are effectively larger than life creatures. They are effectively demigods.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's why people like them though.
Yeah, but they need to be utilized correctly in written story because they're
Yes.
essentially a nuke.
Yes, and
It would be something like something is jeopardizing something, and he's basically being brought in to fix it, or something gets lost at the cost of
but see,
gaining Primarch.
that's what they did with Gilliman, and now everybody hates that he's a glorified fucking office clerk. It's like
but with that, when you look at power scale, right? It lets people play. You're able to play a smaller game with a more powerful unit, whereas before you would need to play, what do they call it, apocalypse, to be able to, basically have like an epic level battle. Right now, you can have an epic level battle on a much smaller scale with one token piece being your Primarch, and you don't need a massive investment. So,
but I'm sorry, but that's just extremely short-sighted, because limitations and build-up are what effectively gives flavor to us. Because
kind of the
Fulgrim or Angron or Magnus just plopped onto the table against I don't know how much point it is right now, but let's say 50 against 50 Marines. It's not a competition. It's fucking nothing. It's a one-sided conflict.
No, but that goes into the maturity of playing the game. Where you're saying, okay, what are we going to play? Are we playing Primarchs or no Primarchs? So that
is why the Primarchs have no place on the tabletop. They have a place in Horus Heresy because there they are effectively generals and very capable fighters. But in 40k with their fucked up rules and their fucked up models, they have no place because you are just plopping your dick onto the table that here I paid this much for this fuck ugly model, and it does nothing for the army. It's a murder hobo, and deal with it.
Murder hobo.
Look, Metro, I love you. You're like I like you. The way you expound on things is
waxing poetic.
Did you ever play level 20 Dungeons and Dragons, right? Which epic level, right? So you're basically you're a demigod, and it lets you play in such a way that you can't running the Temple of Elemental Evil, right? Or whatever the Stormforged King or whatever. Level 1 to 5 adventures. Just lets you have every power at your command, and hopefully you're a mature gamer with it, and you're able to, act like an asshole, but also have a long running game with it. Playing Primarchs is a similar thing. I'm not saying show up at a tournament like you have a 1,000-point tournament, whatever, and you're the only guy running Lion or Angron. You're an asshole. I agree with you, but as competition goes, if me and you want to sit down and say, "Hey, man, let's have an epic level battle," and you say, "Well, do you want to play with 40,000 points, or do you want to play with Primarchs?" Well, you're able to have wield an ungodly amount of power and ability in one unit instead of having to have 40,000 points of 40k.
That's why
that's why my delineation is. It allows you to play smaller games of epic level content.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that take. There's a channel that I watch called Play on Tabletop, where they'll do like live stream, just like Man vs. Minis is saying, where they'll have full scale Ultramarines, with Gilliman versus like Mortarion and Death Guard and shit like that. And they'll do like a 2-3 hour long live stream of just that. So I don't know. I think that's the good thing about the tabletop is that you can decide what you want to do. But I also see the whole. I see the murder hobo logic, though. I see it.
Yeah, I do. I agree.
That's the narrative storytelling of the tabletop.
Yeah.
Because yes, you can do that, but you need two parties to do that. And also, it's not enough that some legions have their Primarchs. If one is there, all the other alive and kicking Primarchs should be there and should have a model to put on the fucking table.
But that's a poopy argument to say all the legions need to have a Primarch. Hell, all the legions don't even have bits. I mean, we haven't seen it like a Night Lord's bit since 2nd edition.
I'm still waiting on that kill team.
Yeah, me too. My gosh. Oh my gosh. My FLGS knows. I'm like, Todd, just so you know. So, and that's the thing. Like, the rumor mill right now is going around that, we're going to see the Emperor's Children by the end of the year. We're going to start seeing some, because we've had a year of Dark Angels, so now it's a Traitor Legion's turn, and I've heard that it's going to be Emperor's Children up next. That's just Twitter and Reddit, but maybe we'll see Fulgrim come out.
I mean, Fulgrim already came out. Forgeward made the Fulgrim Ascendant.
Yeah, but they're going to give you the plastic. They're going to give you the plastic.
That's what.
And I can't wait to see how the fuck the modern new sculptors butcher the Emperor's Children.
Yeah, and I think that was everybody's biggest gripe whenever Fulgrim came out. Was like they made it specifically for Horus Heresy of him in demon form. It's like,
yeah, but look what happened. Like 2 weeks ago, we got the Deathwing Assault, and now next week you're going to be able to pre-order every single component inside of the Deathwing Assault box individually. So I got all up in arms. You're going to see they just released Fulgrim. They got the huge push for the Legio Imperialis. You're going to start seeing the Emperor Children drop, and by Christmas time, just like with you're going to see the Lions, or you're going to see Fulgrim. So that's my educated guess. You're going to see the plastic model kit. That's much more approachable and attainable for people.
From a lore standpoint, there's plenty of stuff that they haven't finished. I mean, look what happened with ADB and the Black Legion. We got 2 books that were relatively decent, and then that was it. And then there was talk of, he's going to write a 3rd one. That was like, how many years ago? I thought it was supposed to be a trilogy at some point. He wrote it like a trilogy, because the end of the 2nd book is like, okay, when's the next one?
Well, the unfinished trilogies is like, or unfinished, grand adventures is like the trademark of great writers. Robert Jordan didn't finish his.
Because he died.
George R. Yeah, but that was slow rolling out too, though.
And George is a bitch who couldn't finish his story to save his life.
Patrick Rothfuss doesn't want to finish Kingkiller, because he's got too much to do to finish on the last day,
That's a cop-out. I don't like that. I don't like that argument.
Yeah. So,
he's still alive. He can finish it. He just won't do it.
Oh, he can, but it's been way too long. But what I'm saying is there's too much content for him to cover that he hasn't covered yet to encompass one day. So he's going to go into day 7 of the Kingkiller Chronicles. Easy. Because he hasn't touched on the basic things that he needed to touch on in the first 2. So, segue.
I don't know. I get. I'm hoping that now that
there's probably going to be a new Ultramarines captain or lieutenant being released this year.
Every year.
I mean, we just got.
You are not wrong.
We just got Titus in the box, man. If you haven't picked up that Space Marine board game, that Titus figure is beautiful.
I bought that board game like 6 months ago, and I haven't opened it. And I specifically bought it for that many.
Wheezy, I'm looking in your background. You bought everything and didn't open it. It's all sitting right there. I can see it.
Books don't count.
I can
But
see
listen.
everything you didn't open right behind you.
Take out the special editions from the book because the paper might have been
Oh shit!
in
that
contact with
motherfucker.
chemicals that
Make it stick.
that are not conducive to the
I
full
open
letter.
those. I know. I open those every single time I get them, just to make sure it's not stuck to the fucking paper wrapping that they put in there.
And the long
And I
time
hope
storage
everybody
also is
appreciated
problematic, so you should check.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope you all
Mine are fine.
appreciated that the actual hobbying I did on stream today. I got all these dire wolves primed, and so
You
did
know,
some real add a third layer to the stream.
the only reason I haven't opened those LEs is because I want when I do finally move, I'm going to set up a row of bookshelves, and then they're all coming out of the boxes, and they're going to sit on their bookshelf home for eternity. Because my bookshelf behind me is way too fucking small. I outgrew that thing like 3 years ago, to the point where it was just like, I need to build shelves now for books.
Yeah.
And my living room is a literal library. I've got books everywhere.
You need
Hey,
to
I don't know
get
if you
one of
guys
those,
saw on the
the
pre-order
row.
thing. Speaking of books, you can pre-order to print the Caiaphas Cain series.
Yeah, I saw that.
For people that didn't see that yet. What else is there? Cypher's coming out paperback,
Yeah, and
as
then there
well
was
as Lazarus paperback.
there was a hardcover Dark Angel book that's coming
Oh,
out.
then that was Lazarus, then, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, and then the Dark Angel dice and data cards are this week as well, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's all Dark Angel shit.
Mhm.
Belial, Asmodai.
Yeah, and then so you got the Deathwing Terminators that are in there, and Belial came in the Deathwing Assault box, as well as the Codex, right? So,
They are coming out with that one, the Siegebreaker, the Siegebreaker console. That has Iron Warrior written all over it for me.
That Siegebreaker is
it's ugly.
Is a miss.
It's ugly.
And it's Mark 6. It's in Mark 6. I know that GW is fucking hard for Mark 6, but the Heresy is not the Mark 6. The Heresy is a Mark 3, Mark 4, and Mark 5.
Speaking of the
Mark
Heresy,
6
what about
was
Endred Har?
Huh?
The Endred Har mini that they revealed a couple days ago? The Riven Hound?
It looks okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. He's got when he looks awesome. Not just okay. That model is beautiful. I wish we had, athletic poses like that, where he looks like he's charging with bulkier models, because all the Terminators kind of stand up straight, they're kind of stiff, like they're tucking their tailbones. That dude just looks like his waffle, or his armor looks like he's got like Eggo waffles underneath padding him,
Yeah.
What?
Look at the chunks missing out of the armor. It looks like there's waffles hiding underneath it.
Is it pre-order?
No, he's not pre-order. He was previewed. So it was just like, hey, this is the thing that's coming for Horus Heresy. He's obviously
in 6 months.
Yeah,
I put it in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, he's a gorgeous model. A dynamic pose, I think, that they need more of. And
yeah,
let's see, where's the chat at?
If you move the
I mean,
mouse
this
around,
is the Heresy armor that should have been the mainstay of the Horus Heresy re-releases, not the Mark 6s. The Mark
What's cool
5s.
though? My FLGS had a major restock this past week. American stores haven't been getting anything for a while, and then my guy got like 400 boxes of product. as well as a paint restock. And I'm like, oh my God. But you know what I saw in person for the first time?
Yes.
Damn geopolitical issues.
The Abaddon. Oh my God. Like Black Legion's Black Legion. You know, I'm a loyalist guy. I like the Night Lord, so that that is what it is. But seeing Abaddon like in the box in person, I'm like, oh my God, he's just like, what a handsome dude. Oh man. So there was a brief minute where I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna wear Chaos Black, aren't I? And no, but it handsome model. So if you ever get a chance to just pick it up and look at the sprues, do it.
I've been sitting on my Chaos Cultists ever since I bought them. It's like I barely finished that Walker, which actually turned out fairly decent, surprisingly.
I did, I put this on my Twitter. I did pick up the Chaos Raptors for my my Night Lords. So hopefully when those when that kill team comes out, hopefully there's a couple extra shoulder pads in the box, because it's basically it's a Chaos Space Marines kit with Night Lord's upgrade sprue. So hopefully that upgrade sprue becomes available as a single cell.
The one thing I am excited to work on, and I'm probably going to do that next, even though I shouldn't, because I have other shit I need to finish, is the Noctilith crown. I bought one of those just because I want to make it as grimdark as fucking possible.
And where are you gonna put it?
That's a good question. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Because the last ones that I've made have been too big for my little, like, case that I bought. Just because the base isn't standard size. It's like, well, they went that idea.
Get one of those shipping container homes where you put it in your backyard and it's just filled with all your stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
A whole row of shelves with the ladder, so you can climb up the ladder to get your
I'm gonna have to buy a storage unit or rent a storage unit or something. I don't fucking know what I'm gonna do.
Maybe just divorce the wife and then get half that space back.
No, no, no. She knows how much my books are worth. So.
Oh shit. Oh man, so guys, so this too. So I've been working on these guys, right? It's my test scheme. I really like. Yesterday I couldn't see it because I'd been staring at them for too long, But now that I've walked away, the daylight's changed a couple times, with various levels of brightness. I do like how they turned out. Yesterday I wasn't so sure. Today I am. So this is a black primer, and this was a gray primer. I'm leaning more towards the gray primer because it's just a little more lush looking. It's a little too dark for me. But the issue I was having is when you're looking at Dark Angels, there's a very fine line of green before they become salamanders. It's kind of like brisket, right? If you cook brisket for a minute too long, it becomes shoe leather, right? Similar thing with Dark Angels, right? If you put a little too much green, they become salamanders. Yeah. We don't want salamanders. So
that's why I was trying to make my salamanders as green as fucking possible. So because I have a couple Dark Angels that I need to do. And I was like, I need to differentiate between these two somehow.
Yeah, so I'm going to come now. I'm going to finish them both, just to give them both the same finish and polish. But the next step is going to be a 2-to-1 mix of the dark green that I've been using from Vallejo Game Color. So this one here, dark green. And I'm going to add 1 drop of sun yellow to get that rich yellow pigment into it. And it's just give it a little bit of brightness. And so then we'll hit like the crown on the forehead, the tops of the shoulder pads, across the top of the thing, the top of the knee, the foot, along the side here. And to give that a little bit of color. And then we'll start highlighting out with edge highlights.
That's where I fucked up. Like, I started working on my guardsmen, and I was like, I can't just airbrush these like I would my Space Marines that I have put together. Because the guardsmen, especially if you're doing Cadians, it's like it's such a the mix between the green and the khaki color. Yeah. Like, I can't think of a way to do this in bulk that isn't going to
what you could do is you could airbrush all of the fatigues with khaki, and then come back
Go
and
green.
then hand brush all of the.
Yeah. But
it'll
I
be
mean,
a bitch, but
that's the problem. It's like that's gonna require some time and effort from me to figure that out.
That's God for you.
Yeah.
Fuckload of dudes.
Yeah. And then fatigues. It's like, all right.
I mean, I remember when in 4th or 5th edition, they came out with a armored fist god list, where your troop choice were 10 guardsmen in a chimera, and the rest were effectively vehicles, sentinels, limerasses, whatnot. It was very fun. And you don't have to paint a lot of fatigues because 6 troop choice max.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna do what Cornelius just said with the veteran kill team that I have. Are they Kriegers? I can't even.
Yeah.
That would be easy to do. I don't even remember what they look like. It's buried in all my shit.
I'll play with this color for a second. I want to have everybody here to say, oh, yeah, ooh, ah. So that's 2 drops of green.
Yeah, they are Kriegers. I don't know why they didn't just call them Krieg Kill Team. Like, what? It makes no sense. Instead, I have to remember veteran fucking guardsmen instead of. Bastards. But, yeah. I didn't want to. Huh?
Because that would require acknowledging that there are more than one guard regiments out there, and they are perfectly capable of making miniatures them, but they are fucking lazy, and they are pushing the dime a dozen Cadians because that's the poster boy.
Yep.
Because if there was an option to have the Vostroyans, the Krieg, the Elysians, the Valhallans, the Savar, the Mordian, all the rest of the others,
I would.
The Cadians aren't that interesting and aren't that popular compared to the others. They are just the baseline.
Themselves up for third-party people to come in and fill the void.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over here trying to figure out what Man v Minis is doing with that green.
All right, so basically,
it's so goddamn bright. It caught my attention while Metronoid was talking.
Yeah, so basically, this miniature right here has a 100%, like it was basically 1-to-1 mix of black and dark green, and then I did a zenithal of just the dark green, so it still stayed dark. Now this is going to be like my next color, but I think it's too light, so I'm debating if I should add a drop of black to that just to darken it up a little bit. Because I think
you should start from the dark green and brighten that.
That's what I did. I did 2 drops of dark green and 1 drop of yellow.
That's super.
Then you need more dark green because 10 to 1. 10 to 1.
10 to 1. Oof.
Not 2 to 1. 10 to 1.
I would keep playing with dark green.
Is there anybody that lives in Nashville, Tennessee?
No.
Thank God.
Okay, because it looks like the feds are doing another swastika flag parade.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'll tell you what, that is not the feds. That those people are actually Antifa. So the Blood Tribe is
the Blood Tribe.
The Blood Tribe is Antifa. The Patriot Front is feds. Now they are all paid wings of the CIA's Urban Destabilization Task Force, but
are they the same people that did Manson and that other guy? They were doing like
they did something a couple months ago, and they had like the ringleader was like some bald dude, and you could tell he was like reading a script. I'll send you a link in the Politburo.
I do
chat.
find it funny that someone makes a comment and says, for a group of people who are proud to be white, they sure cover a lot of their skin. It's almost
Right.
like they may not actually be Nazis.
Well, it's like Antifa is always like, we're gonna go punch Nazis. We're gonna beat up the Nazis. Then when these guys show up, nothing.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Or
an
when you
Antifa
hear
in
that they're
sight.
close by and it's like, hey, those people that you don't like, they're just down the road. Do something about it.
But
Here-
they vanish. It's like, oh well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Oh look, there's an old man with a MAGA hat and a wheelchair. Well, we're gonna beat the shit out of him.
The most telling thing is like the when people try to approach them, the federal agents will get involved and like keep you away from trying to demask
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Like, oh, so you're protected racists. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about it is that if you've ever spoken to an my Texan's coming out.
I
Have
was
you
gonna
ever
say,
spoken?
that's some hillbilly shit right there,
Yeah.
man.
Have you ever spoken to an actual racist? They're not gonna fucking hide it. They're gonna tell
they're
you.
No.
It's straight up. Yep. I'm a racist, and then why are they gonna hide their face? It's the same way that people spout their bullshit, and it's like, well, they're not trying to hide it,
Why would
Why
you
are-
hide it?
Why are
You're
these
proud
guys
of it.
covered head to toe to where you
Yeah.
can't really distinguish anything, and they're just walking around with a fucking swastika flag?
The difference is like when you watch the Patriot Front, you can see their cadence, right? So those dudes all stand stiff backed, and they're all like ready to draw, right?
I think if
Which
you've
is
ever spent
like-
even a lick of time in the military and you've done parade marching, you
Mhm.
can tell that some of them are trained.
Right. So whereas when you watch the blood people, like they're all slouched, they're all wearing basically the only thing that's different is they're wearing red shirts. Otherwise, everything else they're wearing is Antifa. They're wearing the
Probably
same.
on something, because when I was looking at the way that they were behaving in the street, I was like, these
Yeah.
guys look like Antifa. They're even wearing the same colors.
Well, what got me about the Patriot Front was it wasn't when they were marching or moving on the street. It was afterwards. As
See, when
somebody
they're packing up into a U-Haul.
they're literally moving with precision. Everybody
Yeah.
knew where they were going, what
Without
to do,
speaking.
where to move, how to get everything. No orders being told. They've practiced, drilled. This shit is. It would be like me telling my platoon, "All right, are you get in your fucking vehicles and go? No discussion needed.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
boarded up and rolled out." And it's like that. Yeah, that level of drill. I don't even think police can hit that level of drill.
No, they're
they
too
can't.
busy dancing.
Oh God, please don't. That made my fucking head hurt so hard. I don't know which was worse, that or the Acorn Cop. I don't know which was
Oh
worse.
my god!
See that?
Yeah,
Did you see
my
the
first
did you
initial-
see that? Did you see the meme I had with the Russian nut piercer? It was like a bullet shell that had an acorn on the end of it.
Oh God. I saw it. I was like, at first I wasn't getting it. And I went, oh God. Oh God. That was so, and everybody's like, dude, he's got PTSD. I'm like, no, it's PTSD is not what you see
From
in the
what?
fucking movies. He was supposedly an officer in special ops in Afghanistan, but nobody can seem to fucking tell you anything about this guy. So, okay, there could be two things. There could be an officer in special ops, but never deploys,
Yeah,
a staff officer. There could be a officer attached to special. For example, our governor in Florida was the legal advisor to special operations in the Navy. He was not himself special ops. He was a lawyer. Ron DeSantis was a fucking lawyer. Yeah, he was a JAG advisor to special operations.
someone's
Navy
just
SEALs.
posted a couple of Acorn. What's the little casing of the top of the Acorn?
Oh, the little hat. Yeah.
The little hat thing. Someone's like, oh, spent Acorn casings.
Yeah, it's just, it's like, Jesus.
Someone mentioned after that came out that this might have been one of those situations where they were trying to murder the guy that was in question, the one that had initially stolen the car and not given her car back and lied about the car being at her mother's house. And it's just like, this all seems too on the nose kind of a thing of like, oh, what they're going to do is they're going to do they heard a gunshot, and then he's doing fucking like Solid
He's-
Snake rolls
He's
and
mag
stuff.
dumping into his fucking vehicle.
Yeah, it's like drops 2 magazines. I'm just like fucking.
And then his
Jesus.
supervisor shows up and starts shooting, and everybody's like, "What'd you expect her to do?" I'm like, "You ascertain the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only got about a second, but you don't just draw a weapon and start
But they're
fucking
shooting
hammering
past
rounds."
each other at one point.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I can't. I mean, usually Florida cops usually are a little better than that. I don't know. So, this dude was like, "You everything bad, everything bad now."
You know,
And
I mean,
it's
listen,
this-
I'm just a civilian, but I think I could differentiate the sound of an acorn hitting a car than and around actually hitting the car, because
well, their excuse was he must have smuggled a weapon in, because they said he had a suppressor, so he must have smuggled a weapon with a suppressor into the car. And I'm like, you didn't fucking search I mean, it's not Hollywood. They don't go.
No,
They make a
you're right.
fucking noise. They suppress. They don't. It's not. This isn't Goldeneye. Okay, you don't just get a whisper
This is
sound.
why I get annoyed with the government when they're like, "No, you're not allowed to have a suppressor because we don't want people sneaking up on people." It's just like, no, you want a suppressor if someone breaks into your house in the middle of the night and you don't deafen yourself or give you permanent ear damage from shooting someone that intrudes in your house.
Yeah, my hearing is so fucked. I could put a loudener on my weapon and it wouldn't hurt a damn thing. I want to amplify that shit.
What?
Oh, my hearing is so fucked up. It's not even funny at this stage. So, yeah, I'll just go full 12 gauge in the doorway, man. I don't care.
Big boomstick with the what is it? The fire breathing
Oh,
shells.
the dragon's breath rounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it wouldn't set the place on fire, yeah, I would go dragon's breath.
Ooh, pretty.
He's laying out in the courtyard. Oh, look, honey, grab the marshmallows. I mean, I already rack bird shot, then slug. It's like I'm going to punch a bunch of holes in you, and then I'm going to put one hole in you.
I'll give you a chance to run with a few little holes in you, and then if you don't get away fast enough, I'll lock you down.
Well, if you load heavy bird, and this was told to me by a doctor, he says you could have a trauma team standing by. If you shoot somebody with heavy bird shot, it won't matter.
Really?
There's that many holes.
yeah.
Jesus.
It's literally that many holes, and so I usually run one or two shells to that, then a slug. Because if I can't punch enough holes, you just punch one you can't block.
Far out.
Well, gentlemen,
America.
I have to end.
okay.
I have to end this one early
Oh,
instead
shit.
of the
He
3-hour
just-
mark.
He just got a warning.
No.
Fucker
No,
up.
I promised my
No,
wife
it
I
was-
would do something with her before it gets
Aw.
too
It
late.
was me and the faggot.
Are you guys gonna do
Oh
something
God, not
else?
again! Stop.
Nick.
And you know, wait a minute. I'm just gonna clip that one part right there. It'll just be like Metronoid.
Me and the
What do
faggot.
you do on
Yeah.
the weekend? It's just me and the. Oh man, you're screwed.
But yeah, so I'll put out that picture of the stuff I plan on giving out. So I would appreciate it if you guys could help me signal boost that. So
Oh
everybody
yeah,
gets-
I'll repost it on my. Oh yeah, that's
so
right.
everybody gets a shot at it at least.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I'll do it now. If you've posted it.
no, I haven't done it yet. But since next Sunday is my birthday, I should do a stream on my birthday. But
You should.
I don't know. It just depends on if we go eat or whatever we end up doing that day. I really don't want to do anything. So
And by the way, you said you're going to do something with your wife. We already know that's at least 2 minutes. Come on.
Whoa. Hold up.
But she can
actually,
last longer than that.
actually,
His
we were
wife
gonna-
can last longer than 2 minutes.
we were gonna play Far Cry 6, sir,
Oh, fuck
For
yeah.
2 minutes.
for 2 minutes.
For 2 minutes. Takes longer than that to load in.
That.
But yeah,
They got some really heavy foreplay. Basically, he wraps her up like an action figure, then peels all the plastic apart.
That was oddly specific. Okay, that sounds like some shit that shows up on Unsolved Mysteries. Okay.